Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Mosier and I've got my daughter Laurel here today and she is going to help us do our math game for the day. So you can see Miss Mosier's dressed up kind of silly today. I thought it would be fun to teach you guys how to play a game called the Pesky Leprechaun. So the way this game works, you're going to need 20 coins. I have these little plastic ones that I use in my classroom, but if you don't have this, you can use pennies, you can use quarters, you can use anything laying around your house. So what I've done is I went ahead and I put these onto tens frames. You can make tens frames very easily on a piece of paper just by drawing a rectangle and then dividing it to make 10 spaces, okay? And do 2 of those because we're gonna start with 20 coins, all right? So I'm gonna give you a second. You can go ahead and pause the video if you need to make that and to get your materials ready. The final thing you're gonna need is a piece of paper to write on. Laurel's gonna use her learning notebook, which we've started as our own homeschool practice. And she's going to be writing down her page. I'm going to use my whiteboard so that I can turn it around and show it to you guys. I also went through my old games and I found just a simple dice. If you don't have a dice, you could easily write the numbers 1 through 6 on little pieces of paper and just scramble them up and pull one that way. So, all right, the way the game works. I am starting off as the Pesky Leprechaun. I put on my little goofy headdress to show that I'm the leprechaun, and Laurel is the rich person who has found the pot of gold. She has 20 gold pieces. And my job as the Pesky Leprechaun is to try and steal those pieces back from Laurel. So the way this game is gonna work, we are each going to be writing equations for what happens in the game. Right now, Laurel is starting with 20. So I'm gonna have Laurel write 20 at the top of her paper. I'll have her turn it around so you can see it. Okay, this is to start the game. She has 20. And how many does the Pesky Leprechaun have?
0.
I have 0. I don't have any gold pieces yet, but I'm pesky and I'm gonna steal them back from you. All right, so as the Pesky Leprechaun, I'm gonna take my dice and I'm gonna roll. I got a 5, so that means I'm gonna steal 5 gold pieces from Laurel. So Laurel is starting with 20 gold pieces. And if I'm stealing 5, Laurel, does that mean I'm going to be giving them to you or taking them away?
Taking them away.
Right. So if you're going to write an equation, you're starting with 20 gold pieces. What symbol would we need to show that the leprechaun is taking them from you? I was going to turn it around, but that works too. What symbol is that, Laurel?
Minus.
A minus, because I am going to take away. How many is the Pesky Leprechaun taking from you, Laurel?
5.
5, so go ahead and write your 5. Good, so we have 20 minus 5, and what's the next symbol we need, Laurel? Equals, right? Good job.
2 lines.
Okay, so I'm gonna be the Pesky Leprechaun and I'm gonna take away 5. Count with me, friends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I started, hold on, Laura Marie. I started with 0 as the leprechaun, and I took 5. That means I get 5 more. Hold on, Laurel. So if I get 5 more, I'm going to be adding. I started with 0. And now I'm going to add 5 more. So how many does the Pesky Leprechaun have? I started with 0 and I added 5. 0 plus 5 is 5. That's pretty easy. So now we're gonna look at Laurel's. Laurel started with 20 pieces of gold. The leprechaun took away 5. So let's go down here and let's count how many pieces Laurel still has. You ready, Laurel? Let's go down here and let's count. How do we count this group?
10.
Well, we can count that as 10 because we already know that's a group of 10.
20, 30.
Oh, that's not a 10. That's a 1. So we're going to count our group of 10 and then we're going to count down by ones. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So Laurel's going to write her.
I still have more than you.
You do still have more than me. So Laurel, I want you to hold up your paper and I want you to read the equation that you wrote. Go ahead and read that.
20 minus 5 equals 15.
You're right. But guess what? The pesky leprechaun isn't done yet. I'm gonna roll again. Get down, thank you. This time, oh, I got a 5 again. How funny is that? So this time, friends, how many is the pesky leprechaun starting with?
5.
I'm starting with 5. And how many more do I get to take? 5 more. So I'm gonna write
5 plus 5 equals.
I'm not gonna do that part yet. So Laurel is now starting with 15. She's gonna write her 15. Good job. And how many is the pesky leprechaun gonna take from you?
5.
I'm gonna take 5. So write the rest of your equation. Minus 5